Welcome back, Disney fanatics, to Zach Does Disney. Today's video is a top 10 video, and I said I was going to do this a while back when I did the Disney Princesses video. I think I'll leave it in the corner up above for you and in the description down below, so you can go and check that out as well. But today's video we're going to do the top 10 princes. There's only 10 because remember, Merida doesn't have a prince. So it's just the other 10 princesses that do have one. So without further ado, we're going to get the intro going. And we're going to get some pictures. I'm going to get some information and reasons why they are in that order. I'm excited about this one. Let's dive right in. So let's start this off. Number 10 is the prince from Snow White. Now he has two names because people can't decide on his name. So the Prince Florian or Prince Ferdinand. To be honest, I'm not quite sure which one it is, but he is at the bottom of the list because, let's be real, he doesn't do that much in the movie. I mean, okay, fair enough, he gives the Snow White the true kiss of love and wakes her up from a slumber or from death or in a deep coma, whatever she was in. But besides that, not much else, to be fair. And to be quite honest, if we don't know his name, we don't know his ways. It's either Prince Florian or Prince Ferdinand. I don't know. Which one do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you know his actual name, for all we know, it could be Prince Jeff or something. But on to number 9. Let's keep it right along. Okay, so number 9 is John Smith. Now, he is the Prince of Pocahontas, and he's based off an English explorer in the time of like 1607, when someone of the same name in real life actually went to Virginia and did all the tribe stuff in around about that time, the Native American tribes, things like that. To be honest, I know the princes are not that well known, and there isn't an official list of them. Well, there is an official list. Obviously, this is what this is. But there isn't an official like ceremony for them like there is for princesses. So this is kind of just like hit and miss. And John Smith, obviously Pocahontas is not my favourite movie. If you've not seen my ranking the 11 Disney princesses, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll leave it in the top and in the description down below, so you can go check that out. Pocahontas is not my favourite movie, I've got to be honest. I didn't find it interesting, I didn't find it entertaining, and with having such a short attention span in a way, it's kind of like I need something to stimulate my mind that little bit longer. This movie didn't. John Smith didn't do that justice. And with that, we're just going to move right along to number 8. Okay, now Prince Philip is number 8 on this list. Now, he really didn't do nothing. To be fair, he did absolutely nothing. I mean, he woke up Princess Aurora from that 100-year sleep. Okay, fine. And he slayed a dragon. Besides that, it's kind of the same with Prince Ferdinand or Florian from Snow White. He didn't do much. Nothing that could warrant him even remotely important in the movie at all. So that's why he's at this so low down. Moving on to number 7. Okay, I had to put this one so low down because there's more that I like. Li Shang from Mulan. Now, okay, he has this perfect line here. And he has that little bit of momentum when he defeats the Huns. Obviously, with that catchy song that everybody knows and loves. I was going to leave a little snippet right here.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
And I'll be in your head for the rest of the day. You're welcome. Yeah, Li Shang is number 7. Li Shang's great. I like Li Shang. I like Mulan as a movie. Mushu is great and very much an entertaining movie all in all. But there's just more Disney princes that I like that are further up the list, as you will see as this movie goes on. So we're going to move right along on to number 6. Okay, number 6 is Prince Eric. Now, Prince Eric, as we all know, is from The Little Mermaid. Ariel dreams of being a human. She wants legs. But in order to do so, she has to make a deal with the Sea Witch. Doesn't have the same ring as a deal with the devil. Deal with the Sea Witch to lose her voice in order to have legs. Pretty standard contractual magic stuff. Am I right? I am. Because then she sees Prince Eric on the beach and she's tied up with a sail, and he invites her in, as you would if you see a random woman on the beach. Would you not? Probably. I don't know. I don't know you people. I probably wouldn't. In fact, I probably would. I'd help them out and send them on their way. That's not the point. The point is that Prince Eric is a nice-hearted guy, even though he did try to marry another woman, Vanessa, which turned out to be Ursula. If you've not seen the movie, you probably are missing out on it. In fact, you're not probably. You are missing out on a fantastic movie. I highly recommend going watching it right now, or as soon as this video is done, go and watch The Little Mermaid. Watch this video first. It's very entertaining. You'll like it. Anyway, back to Prince Eric. Prince Eric is kind, heartwarming, and very, very helpful to strangers, as it seems. Yeah, he's very, very supportive, and he helps Ariel overcome the fears of having legs and things like that, and he helps her along the way, even though he's not entirely sure what's going on, which is always good. And that's why he's up on the list. We're getting close to halfway now. Halfway will be just next, and we're going to move right along to number 5. Okay, so number 5 is Prince Charming, the one and only prince from Cinderella. Now, you bet you're wondering to yourself, but Zach, why is he so high up on the list? He forgot what his true love looked like after one night. Yes, okay, I will let you have that one. However, he was very determined to find her. Now, if you were a prince, would you go all the way round the towns and the cities looking for your one true love with the only shoe that you have? Would you? I think you would, and I know I would. If it was the true love of my life, I would do just that. I would go around every single house, because here's the way that I think it works. And this is a bit of a theory thing in a top 10 entertaining stuff. I think that there was a little bit of a spell cast on Prince Charming, along with the charms from the fairy godmother, to have the ball gown, to have the carriage, to have everything else that went with it. I think there's a little bit of touch of magic from the godmother to make sure that Prince Charming doesn't remember the face of his true love, so then it doesn't cause any more heartache, so to speak. But he must have had a little bit of something in the back of his mind when he picked up this shoe. It must have triggered a memory. So that's why he's so far up on the list. He's on number 5, because not only does he not remember, he tries to remember. And I think that's why he's very determined, he's very eager, so to speak. And that's why he's so far up on the list on number 5. And we're going to move right along to number 4. Okay, number 4 is Prince Adam, which is also known as the Beast from, you guessed it, Beauty and the Beast. Now, Prince Adam was a bit of a nasty guy when he was younger. Bearing in mind that he's only 21 when the spell is broken. That last petal falls and he's 21. Now that curse has been on him, I'm pretty sure, for over 10 years. So he must have been at least 11 when that curse was put on him. He's been a beast for 11 years. So he has not had the chance, because he's not allowed out, he's not had the chance to redeem himself. This is where Belle comes in. Belle sees the good in everyone. Again, I explain this in my Ranking the Princesses movie, which I know you'll probably like if you're watching this video. So please go ahead and watch it. Again, it's in the corners here, and it'll be in the description down below if you don't like clicking those little eye things. Anyway, Prince Adam is the pinnacle of being something different on the inside that you are not on the outside, and that change is always going to happen, or can happen if it is pushed hard enough. Now Belle obviously makes the Beast change into his former self with that kiss, but it's not only that, she makes him a better person in the long run. And this is why Prince Adam is number 4, because he worked alongside Belle. If it wasn't for Belle and it wasn't for him to do such a thing, we'd be at the same point we were at the beginning of the movie, where it was scary and angry and all that jazz. But we're not. At the end of the movie, he becomes a better person, a better version of himself. Some would say the best version of himself. That's up to you, but up to me, I think he did, and that's why he's so far up on the list at number 4. Moving it right along to the bronze position, number 3. Okay, number 3 is the one and only Aladdin, or Prince Ali as he goes by his prince name in the movie at one point. Yes, that very catchy song, sang by the one and only late and great Robin Williams, rest in peace my friend, did a fantastic job in making Aladdin the prince he always wanted to be. However, it's not the prince that Jasmine wanted. Jasmine seemed to fall in love with the street rat that we start at the beginning of the movie, and that's how she wanted Aladdin to be. Now, obviously Aladdin thought he had to change himself to get someone of that. Obviously, she is the Sultan's daughter. She is a very high royalty in the Middle East. So obviously he thought he had to change himself to do that, but he didn't, because Jasmine had already fallen for him. Now, the way that it does this, and the way he's so far up on this list, is because he changes himself only to realise that he didn't have to in the beginning. And he realises this in the movie, and I think that's a really good thing. And towards the end of the movie, as we see him giving Genie the wish that he always wanted, to be let free of the bottle, I don't think the original Aladdin would have done that so easily. And it's all about character development in the movies, and that's what's important. That's why he's so far up on the list, because even though he was a good person to begin with, he gave the kids the bread at the beginning of the movie near enough after that catchy song. Although he was stealing and things like that, it might have been needed to survive, because he wasn't the richest, and obviously he was living on the streets, he was homeless. And at the point of the end of the movie, I don't think he became more grateful for what he had than what he didn't have, and that's important. That's why he's on the list here at number 3. We're going to move on to the silver. That's number 2. Okay, now these two for number 2 and number 1 were the hardest to place, because they are two of my favourites, but I came to a decision. Number 2 is the one and only Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog. Now, Prince Naveen, there is so much character development. It is unbelievable. He came to New Orleans wanting to just play music and have fun. Now, obviously, him and Lawrence went to Dr. Facilier, and they had the curse put on them where Lawrence became Prince Naveen, and Prince Naveen became a frog, went and kissed Tiana, and the whole story is set from there. Now, the beginning of the story of him and Tiana is very, very different to how it ends. The first time I watched this movie, I was in shock. I was for sure thinking that Prince Naveen would go with Charlotte because she obviously was a princess for a night, and that's what he was looking for, I suppose. Someone with a lot of money. And her dad is one of the richest people in New Orleans at the time where the movie is set, which is the 1920s, which has some of the best music, I have to say, from a Disney movie. I might have to do a video on top 10 Disney songs, and most of them will be from that movie, I can assure you. Oh, the movie music was amazing. Amazing? Amazing. I can't talk, apparently. This is how amazing this movie is. But anyway, Naveen is just fantastic as a prince as it comes right along. You can see him character development slowly but surely when he's mincing the mushrooms and gives them to Tiana to make something to eat. And when he's talking to Ray about him falling in love with Tiana. And obviously when they get to the end and they get married, that's when it all becomes. And he's obviously married a princess. And he was a prince anyway, so he made Tiana a princess. And at the end of the movie, he's the only one that doesn't actually use his prince status to actually not do anything. He uses it for the sheer help of others and to help Tiana build the restaurant she's always wanted in her dad's image. I think that's just amazing, and this is why he's number 2. Now, if you're good with your princes, I'm sure you know who's going to be next. Moving right along to the Gold Awards, number 1. Now, moving on to number 1, you've guessed it if you know your princes well. It is Eugene Fitzherbert, or Flynn Rider, as he is known for the first half-ish of the movie. Now, Eugene Fitzherbert is just a fantastic prince, in my opinion, the best. He goes from a low-life criminal trying to steal, well, not trying to, he does steal a crown, which turns out to be Rapunzel's crown, and she finds it and she wants him to take, she wants him, my gosh, to take him to the lights, which always glow on her birthday. And because it's her 18th birthday, she wants to go this year. Flynn reluctantly accepts and takes her down all these dark, dingy roads, takes her to the beautiful little tavern, which is a 5-star restaurant in his opinion. I can't think of the name for the life of me. Is it the Duckling, the Ugly Duckling, something like that? I can't think. If you know, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, he takes her there, and along the way he changes himself. Of course Rapunzel changes as well, but he changes himself. And this is the character development that every prince should go through one way or another. He changes from a low-life criminal to actually wanting to help Rapunzel, Princess Rapunzel even, I guess. Yeah, I mean, she's always been a princess, she just didn't know it. But helping Rapunzel get there very, very reluctantly, and on the way he obviously falls in love with her, and entangled ever after they get married, which, you know, that's besides the point. But the whole point of Flynn Rider is just so great, that he is just such a great prince to have in the official Prince lineup, and that's why he's made number 1, because in my opinion he is the best Prince. And with that being said, this top 10 is done. And with that being said, that is my top 10 Disney princes. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and a comment down below on who your favourite prince is. I would love to know. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Press that subscribe button if you've not done so already, and press that little ding-a-ling bell to keep up to date with all my newest videos that come out in the future. And with that being said, I will see you all real soon. Bye.